circles.
In OSU, there are many different factors that contribute to performance at a high level. Simplifying it down to genetics is a cop-out many players like to use. However, it's really not that simple. Sure, a player might pick up on one thing or another quicker due to circumstances relating to genetics, which would in fact be classified as an advantage over, say, a player who has poor genetics and might struggle with recovery or overall perception. But having an advantage at baseline does not necessarily mean that a player is going to improve at the game quicker, simply due to having a baseline above others. Contemplating such would be unbelievably stupid, and that's exactly why in this video, I will be doing just that. Do genetics matter? So does having better genetics make a player better at the game? The short answer is probably yes. However, there are many other factors that need to be considered, such as a player's will or desire to improve at the game. But let's take a step back and look a bit deeper into what having better genetics really means. A good example of this would be someone's ability to recover after physical activity. I'm no doctor, although I do believe this is in fact a quality that one may have based on genetics. But there are many other factors that contribute towards how long it might take for somebody to recover, such as diet. Someone who does not have a good diet or drink enough water will more than likely have a harder time recovering, or even playing the game in the first place. I appreciate the fact that streamers specifically have been trending more towards spreading good habits such as drinking water frequently. I'm now going to share a story of genetics giving one player an advantage over another from my personal experience. My struggle with tapping. My friend who showed me the game initially started around a month before myself playing the game. Being in school at the time, we spent a decent amount of time with one another in person, which made me realize something interesting. The way that he tapped was completely different than the way that I tapped. Not only was it different, but I couldn't seem to replicate that same way of tapping. It might sound ridiculous, but believe me, I could not replicate his technique, which seemed natural to him. Not only could I not tap the same way he did, but he could also tap much faster than I could. Over the years, this led to me becoming frustrated that I couldn't tap as fast. Of course, I wanted to play the same things he would play. I'm a pretty competitive person after all. And honestly, this is more than likely what led to me injuring my hand multiple times over the course of my OSU career. Not understanding why I couldn't go faster, instead of trying to find another way, I just kept on trying to go faster, which my hand did not respond to very well whatsoever. Nowadays, I have molded and adapted my technique in order to be able to build speed instead of brute forcing it, which has resulted in me being able to stream upwards of 230 BPM at times, which I'm now working on improving my stamina at said BPM. My new technique is actually fairly similar to that of my friends. Unlike him though, I use my pointer and ring finger to tap, which seems to give me an advantage over myself playing with the typical pointer and middle finger tapping technique, which I truly believe I would have never been able to improve with. And for this, I have to thank BTMC for being the one to open my eyes to the idea of changing the way I tap so drastically. Because without having learned this, I would never have been able to push myself to the levels I'm at now. So thank you, Edward. The whole reason I'm making this video in the first place is because I want others to think more deeply about such topics. I find them interesting, and hopefully if you are watching this video, then you find them interesting as well. I found that recently, there have been a decent amount of younger generation players discovering the game and improving very rapidly. I attribute this in large part to the growing popularity of the game over the years, and the fact that OSU is popular on social media such as TikTok and YouTube. Many new players are coming into the game, with there being vast amounts of information on how to improve already out there for them to consume. Something that myself and others did not have when we first started playing the game. Not to mention content creators and players such as White Cat and Emmerich do an incredible job of promoting the game on their YouTube channels by utilizing clickbait thumbnails and titles. I think it's incredible that there are players out there generating hundreds of thousands of views simply by playing OSU, a game that I very much so love. Therefore, in turn, attracting new players to the game who might potentially learn how to map and rank more metal music that I can FC and finally reach 3-digit. Oh, and also molding the new generation of players' styles that we are seeing today. This trend of OSU content on social media has led to the molding of a new generation of players, in which we are seeing rise up the ranks right now. To all you newer players out there, I wish you luck on your journey, and I want to remind you all to have fun with the game over anything else. Not every session has to be groundbreaking. You will have off days, just like everyone else. And remember, if you feel like you cannot improve, try switching something up. Nothing is worse than feeling like you're stuck. So change it up. You might find that it's exactly what you've been needing all along. Biggest mistake a player can make is thinking copying another player's technique simply because they're a good player will make them improve. However, it does not hurt to take bits and pieces and incorporate them into your technique. I wish you all luck on your respective grinds. Thank you all for watching my video, and before you leave, if you enjoyed, leave a like and comment something you struggle with when it comes to Osu. I'll see you all on the next video.